prior to the 1940s, most industrial technology, such as factories and whatnot, were located in the New England area. However, during the post-1940s, with the spread of railroad technology, as well as the increase in inventions, especially in the North, with the North having around 90% of U.S. patents there. The factory technology spread not just from the New England area to the North in general and into the West. And this system was also interconnected by the U.S. railroad system, which was also primarily in the North, and it would become a crucial part of the North's strategy during the Civil War, with troops and supplies being carried by the railroad system. The rise of the use of patents such as Elias Howe's sewing machine helped transition a lot of many industries from home, kind of like where previously a lot of garments would be made at home or by singular craftsmen, to kind of large-scale factory work with ready to wear clothing, and with Samuel B. Morse's telegraph, which spread well with the railroad system, which helped connect the North and I guess partially the South. But the distinction in technology was very apparent, and especially in the Civil War, with the factory systems being more present in the North, as well as railroad systems. So while the North could supply troops on land, the South required canals, which were typically slower and less efficient. And and then post Civil War.
Or continuing off of what Hugo said about the Civil War, the Civil War was obviously extremely expensive. The government had to loan $2.6 million, or $2.6 billion, I mean, in federal bonds, and also had to introduce an entirely new currency called greenbacks, which weren't backed by gold, and prices rose 80%. But believe it or not, the North actually benefited economically by the end of the war. And this is mainly because the Republican Party had complete control over Congress, and the president was Republican, so they were able to accomplish a lot in terms of economic policies that benefited the North. For example, the Morrill Tariff Act introduced protective tariffs that benefited Northern industrialists that never would have passed if the Civil War wasn't around, because it would have actually harmed Southern planters. The Homestead Act basically just gave out free land to people who moved out west, which introduced new industries out west and growth in the economy in general. The Morrill Land Grant Act. The Morrill Land Grant Act encouraged the use of federal funds from selling land grants to improving educational institutions, and so more schools were being built in the North. And then finally, wait, I said the Homestead Act, right?
I don't think so.
Or
you said
okay,
greenbacks.
Well, one of them was the Homestead Act. And then finally, the Northwest Railway Act introduced an entirely new transcontinental railway through the northern route, which obviously benefited the North because it didn't go into the South. Uh, and yeah, by the end of the war, the southern economy was completely devastated, but the northern economy was thriving more than ever.